Hello everyone. Alright, so we're presenting on clap. Our camera lights actually. I'm just not familiar with the screen, so I'm just not gonna stand there. I'm just gonna stand here. Alright. Just a bit of a context, okay. Very much for our clap project. Alright, it's being run by the EL with the support of teachers from the ICT department as well. The last time we presented, okay. I hope you guys are comfortable.
There was a light glare.
It's alright, it's alright. Just a quick question. Are you guys EL teachers? No. Yeah, okay. But in any case, it's fine, alright? So just hear me out. Basically, I just want to share basically what our program is like. Okay, the last time presented was during the Excel Fest, and of course throughout the course of a few months, right, because suddenly it got quietened down, and I got like hearing my voice, so that's a bit weird. Supposed to stand here. Okay, great. Okay, so basically, there are a lot of developments from where we last stopped. So currently, we are looking at it as part of our applied learning program as well, right? So to go along, I'm just going to click. Right, so basically what's the history of CLAP here in GSS, okay? Started off in 2006 under the Teach Less, Learn More program. If you ask me, I think all the teachers who pioneered the program in 2006, they are no longer here, okay? But we are continuing this program, okay? Initially, the focus is on video production, basically to get the students to be prepared in terms of the ways and the hows of doing production. Okay, however, we've moved away from that, okay, because we believe that it's not about the product, it's not about the end product that matters. All right, very much has to do with the process of them coming out with the video. All right, so in 2013, all right, we did a tiered curriculum and assessment for CLAP, because largely we want to align that with our new syllabus. So the new syllabus came at an opportune time. All right, so because of that, we introduced our new CLAP. Okay, you guys seen this in the morning under the 21st century competencies. I'm just going to summarize, well, basically, of course, the three important bits. Okay, we try to cover all these three aspects when it comes to our CLAP project. Okay, so largely, if you ask me which of it is most important, of course, that bit about needing for us to equip our students with the information and communication skills, okay? Because if you think about it, all right, the students nowadays are exposed to very much the new media, for example, okay? There's so much information out there, all right? And it's important that we teach the students the right skills to manage this, okay? So that's our first consideration. Okay, so what are the objectives of CLAP? All right, basically there are three main objectives. All right, because we believe the CLAP would actually encompass all three different forms of development. All right, socio-economic development, cognitive, and aesthetic development as well. Okay, so what exactly am I referring to? All right, because when they go through the CLAP project, all right, they'll be working in teams. All right, and through the project itself, there will be increased awareness on the problems in the community, and of course to encourage the students to take actions. Okay, so that's for socio-economic development. The other bit, of course, is the aesthetic development, because at the end, all right, the product they're supposed to produce first a newsletter and then a poster, and subsequently, all right, they're producing a video. All right, so there is a lot of space for aesthetic development, the idea about visual arts there. Alright, and of course, last one is cognitive development. Okay, because they went through the project itself, they will go through a process of critical thinking, and then of course the idea about problem solving, and the whole idea that today we are discussing about creating this authentic context for students to learn, right? Of course, for language learning. Okay, so critical thinking skills, if you think about this, these are the core skills that we want the students to have. But through the project, we want them to develop the other sets of skills as well. All right, so moving on from just being able to assess information, all right, they must be able to identify, to search, and to locate the right form of information. Okay, of course, the other bit about not just mere understanding, but for them to be able to analyze, to make induction and deduction. And last one, of course, not just to merely use this information, okay, for them to be able to apply it in the right context. Okay, so that's the critical thinking skills. Okay, this is to link with the new EL syllabus. All right, whatever products that's being they have to create at the end. all right, very much has to do with our 4 domains for the EL syllabus, all right? Listening and viewing, reading and viewing, speaking, representing, and of course, writing and representing. Okay, so basically just rather than me going through this whole model, I'm just going to explain what the students do. So in Sec 1, all right, they'll be divided into respective groups of different, of course, different race and religion and gender, all right, and then they start working on the project, all right? It's similar with project work. In this case, they are supposed to identify a problem in the community. Okay, so of course, they went through the process of researching. Okay, they will also be conducting interviews. And then at the end, they're supposed to, of course, present their report. Right? Once they're done presenting their report, they're supposed to create a poster. So basically, the poster is to create this awareness about the problem in the community. Right? Moving on in Sec 2, all right, they will, of course, be looking at solutions to the problem. Okay? So we add certain skills to them. All right. So in this case, we get them to do surveys as well. All right. So once they are done with surveys, and then of course they refine their research, they look for solutions, and at the end they're supposed to produce a video. Okay. So basically that's it. So having said that, all right. So it's about these 3 different aspects of clarification, transformation, and lastly implementation. Okay. So of course, in terms of clarification, they assume roles, all right. They will also look at what are some of the criteria that they think are very important in them assessing their project. And then of course, they go to transform their ideas. They generate ideas together. They seek solution. They write their script, and then of course, they produce their production script, okay. And then of course, last one, the whole idea about the filming stage. That's the implementation stage, okay. These are some pictures of our students at work. Okay, so basically it's supposed to be a hands-on session as well. So I believe, sorry? Okay, because let's keep the table activity, all right? Let's just focus on, let us show you some of the videos that students have came up with. Which one?
Because of the lack of time, we'll just show some videos that the students have already done, and maybe you guys can take a look at the
good. This one can. Okay, so these are the storyboards that the student produce. Okay, so after they have selected their topics, after they have selected the problems and the solutions, they're supposed to draw a storyboard. So basically, the storyboard summarizes what the story would be like. Okay, together with the storyboard and the script, they will then be producing the video itself. Okay.
We are ordering is everything all like jumbled up all together. So you and the things and the food that comes out is also not ordered. So you need to really remember, okay, who was the one who ordered this or who was the one who ordered that. So it really helps to improve on your memory.
All right. I think it's appropriate just for us to take a look at an example of the video that student produced. Suddenly no sound.
Attention is one whereby which I also find it useful in our maths, whereby they need to be trained to identify certain, like when you are teaching them on triangles or equilateral triangles or isosceles triangles, what exactly are the features, the distinctive features that make this an isosceles or make this an equilateral. Some pupils they may not be able to see. So for this game, they are actually training you to see the obvious difference. So if you look here, the obvious difference is actually the bird here in the middle, which is facing up, the rest is facing down.
Alright, so if you are to see the handouts, okay, so this basically are some of the handouts that we give to students. Right, the very first page, alright, of course, this is the brainstorming activity. We get the students to think on any particular topic that concerns the problem in the community. Alright, the one at the back, okay, on the second page, I think this is rather interesting. Right, this is where they actually came out with the solutions. Alright, so based on the solutions that they have chosen, they are to choose 3 solutions. They are then to different criteria in which, based on the criteria, they are to assess which of the solution will be the most appropriate one. Okay, and based on that, all right, then they would have selected the choice. Then of course they'll begin on the script writing. All right, so the script writing on page 4. And we have an example of a script from page 6 onwards. And then we teach them some simple techniques in terms of filming. Right, like I've mentioned, we do want to equip them with certain skills when it comes to filming. All right, of course, when they go to institutes of higher learning, right, if they're really interested in this could come in handy. Okay, and then of course the storyboarding and page 10, and then lastly, of course, for them to be assessed, and the rubrics is on page 12. That's how we assess the students. Okay, I think. Yeah, considering that they call time for an early break, I think we should head for an early break as well. Yeah, I hope you guys have understood the presentation. If you have any questions, feel free to ask us. Yeah, so because like I mentioned, we really look forward to feedback from others to see how we can improve on it further. Sec 1 and Sec 2. Yeah, for Express and NA student. In fact, they will only be producing the video in Sec 2. So if you imagine, it's like a very tiered process. We want to scaffold their process, in which they look for the problems, and then after which to present their problems, all right, in terms of report, and of course in a poster presentation. Then subsequently in Sec 2, then they will be equipped with the video skills, necessary video skills to do the presentation. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Really, thank you for coming.